You ever see someone win an online argument by typing "end of discussion," as if punctuation is a mic drop?
The ancient martial art of keyboard jitsu.
Imagine if whole civilizations handled questions that way.
History says several tried. Spoiler, it doesn't end well.
Tonight, what happens when authority says we already have the answers, don't ask? And curiosity shows up with a telescope and a stubborn streak.
Because the universe doesn't have a comment section. When we shut ours down, everyone loses the chance to learn something new.
This isn't religion bad, science good. It's a jurisdiction question. Who gets to decide what counts as true about nature?
Science says, if I'm wrong, please try to break me, here's my data. Religion often says, we trust the source, full stop.
Both can coexist, until someone tries to make physics kneel in a pew.
Or make the Sermon on the Mount pass peer review.
Category, boundaries, sanity. Here is a quick numbers tour. Kept human and honest. Surveys in the US historically find a very high share of people say a personal God listens to prayers. That's classic religiosity. The exact percentages shift over time, but it's been large.
Climb the education ladder among folks with advanced degrees such as master or doctorates. Where you're trained to question the state of knowledge, religiosity typically drops notably.
Move to scientists like biologists, chemists, mathematicians, and engineers. You will often see a further drop, roughly in the ballpark of 40% saying they believe in a personal God, depending on the survey and year.
Here's the twist, it's not science that takes people from prayer to probability, it's grad school. The religion drop happens when you go past basic college into advanced degrees. Scientists look less religious mostly because they've already been through that filter. So the big shift isn't public versus scientists, it's public versus people who spent 6 extra years arguing with and thinking outside textbooks.
At the elite end, top scientific academies, some surveys show very low rates for belief in a personal God. Headlines like 93% reject God made the rounds years ago. But honestly, the interesting bit is the minority who do still pray. What's going on there? That's a more useful question than dunking on the majority.
If the most accomplished scientists include believers, maybe the real issue isn't belief, it's jurisdiction creep. There was a reported case in a New Jersey public school. A teacher told students things like, "If you don't accept Jesus as Lord and Savior, you're going to hell." A Muslim student was described as already going to hell. Noah had dinosaurs on the ark. Big Bang and evolution were just theories you could take or leave.
The critique many commentators made focused on science, that regardless of anyone's theology, public school science courses are supposed to teach testable mechanisms and established scientific models. One widely circulated letter to the editor framed it sharply. This isn't primarily church-state. It's keeping scientifically illiterate claims out of the classroom.
Because even religious scientists know, humans and T-Rex didn't share a cruise cabin.
Unless the buffet had a Jurassic section. Remember the Billboard Wars? One that said, "Big Bang Theory, you've got to be kidding. God."
Countered by "Praise Darwin, evolved beyond belief." And a dozen snarky atheist banners. America's roadside philosophy department.
And came the Judgment Day billboards with a specific date. Measurable claim, right? When the date passed uneventfully, the internet became theological MMA, people brawling from inside the Bible about why you can't predict a date.
It's a good reminder, even within faith communities, evidence and interpretation collide hard. Economists have studied innovation across countries and U.S. states. One consistent finding, higher religiosity often correlates with fewer patents per capita/slower innovation, even after adjusting for income, education, and institutions. The model, when doctrinal certainty is socially rewarded, disruptive knowledge becomes politically risky. Novel ideas suffocate quietly.
Innovation hates two things, low oxygen and high certainty. In meetings, but mostly the first two.
Meanwhile, Americans are split on whether science and religion are mostly compatible or mostly in conflict. That perception influences school boards, budgets, and the climate young people grow up in.
Kitzmiller v. Dover, 2005, a public school tried inserting intelligent design into 9th grade biology. A federal judge ruled intelligent design is religion, not science. Science class must teach testable mechanisms. Boundary protected.
Turkey, 2017. Evolution was removed from high school curriculum as too controversial or advanced. The outcome: fewer students encounter core biology. Tomorrow's scientific pipeline narrows.
The Vatican Observatory, Jesuit astronomers publish real astronomy, classify meteorites, and even take part in naming asteroids. Proof: faith can cheer the lab rather than supervise it when rules are clear. There's a powerful story astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson has told about the days after 9/11. He lived very close to ground zero and witnessed the catastrophe firsthand. Like many New Yorkers,
In the tense weeks that followed, lines were drawn, us versus them. Languages, cultures, beliefs sorted into camps, fear wearing certainty as armor.
during that time, President George W. Bush gave a speech and said, "Our God is the God who named the stars." The stated intent was unity through distinction, separating our identity from theirs.
Tyson pointed out the unintended twist. Most proper star names are Arabic, catalogued during the Islamic Golden Age. Aldebaran, Betelgeuse, Rigel. The sky itself remembers who asked questions.
From roughly the 9th to 13th centuries, places like Baghdad, Cordoba, Samarkand were global hubs for math, astronomy, and medicine. Translating Greek texts, inventing algebra, refining optics, building advanced hospitals.
Later, scientific momentum in those regions slowed. Historians cite many reasons: invasions, trade shifts, political turmoil, institutional changes. There isn't a single villain. History's messier than that.
Today, Nobel Prizes in physics, chemistry, and medicine include a short list of Muslim laureates: Abdus Salam, Ahmed Zuwail, Aziz Ansar, Mongi Bawendi, which looks small relative to the global Muslim population.
Not because of intelligence, because systems matter, funding, and the safety to ask hard questions, institutions that reward what if we're wrong. So maybe the better line is not "our God named the stars," but "our curiosity does." Across cultures, across time.
And if the heavens are taking sides, someone should explain Uranus.
Right, no faith tradition is fighting for custody of that one.
Thought experiment could be any society. A kid asks, "Why do apples fall?" Answer: "Because the sky spirit wants them to." Experiment canceled. Gravity never gets discovered.
Ask, what are numbers? Answer, they're dangerous, don't touch. Goodbye algebra and goodbye rockets, goodbye GPS.
The moment the first answer becomes the only answer, science flatlines.
Belief comforts, certainty sedates, curiosity annoys.
But the universe rewards troublemakers. If your worldview can't survive a telescope, maybe the telescope isn't the problem.
Curiosity doesn't disrespect belief. It completes it. Wonder deserves the dignity of a method.
Here's the core. Science earns trust by falsification and replication. Religion earns trust by preserving what must not break. Meaning, purpose, value.
Swap those rules and neither system works. When ideology runs the lab, you get censorship. When science tries to be your entire meaning system, you get emptiness. Not because science is cold, but because it was never meant to answer the questions of the heart.
Healthy societies are bilingual, mechanism in one lane, meaning in the other. Handshake at the border, no jurisdiction creep.
Let's be fair, correlation is not equal to causation. Patent gaps also reflect poverty, governance, education, colonization, language access. That's why policy should target mechanisms, curriculum rules, funding norms, academic freedom, things you can actually change. Religion propelled science too. Monastic scriptoria preserved texts. The Islamic Golden Age advanced astronomy and medicine. The IAU still registers Arabic star names. The Vatican Observatory does serious research today. Science has limits. It explains how, not why care. Division of labor is a feature, not a bug.
So the issue isn't faith. It's faith claiming jurisdiction over empirical claims, or politics weaponizing certainty to muzzle inconvenient data. If we want high faith, high discovery societies, some things we can do. 1. Firewall the classroom. 2. Public science classes teach mechanisms, full stop. 3. Keep metaphysics in the spaces that choose it. 4. Teach the verbs of science. 5. Measure, test, compare, revise. Make I change my mind sound like graduation, not exile. Invite faith leaders to reduce identity threat. Say out loud, studying evolution isn't treason, it's biology. The Vatican Observatory shows that posture works.
Belief doesn't smother science. Territorial control does. We want to hear your curiosity story.
Ever asked a big question and gotten that look? Did you stop asking or ask louder?
Tell us in the comments or leave a voice memo. The best stories get featured in a future episode.
Meaning and mechanism are both human needs. When either tries to be both, we get casualties of people, ideas, and time.
The sky isn't divided, we do that to ourselves.
Religious or not, the stars don't care. They're waiting for the next good question.
This is Two Voices, One Brain. Go look through a telescope tonight.
Don't ask permission.